Hello, I'm Andy, and here is your weekly horoscope from Sunday, the 6th of November to Saturday, the 12th of November, 2022. And this is for you, especially coming from Virgo. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. This will be a very special reading for you. The palms are your magic. They belong to the energy of the soul. And that's what I will read for you. Who do you think changes all these signs and the new lines appearing? Is the soul that's manipulating and propping up the soul for you, propping up the information for you so that you know exactly what's happening to you. And I'll show you your next 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. And if you like to play lotteries, I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. We'll talk about this later. So, your weekly horoscope, Sunday, the 6th of November. You're coming from Virgo. This is not a good morning, afternoon. Things can go wrong very, very quickly. Misunderstandings in personal areas, job areas, business areas, with whoever you are the morning, afternoon. Say less and do less, and try to have a better understanding by trying to be on the same wavelength as people. It's all going to be missing that way. And if you're not careful, emotional areas can be pushed to breaking point. And don't try to do anything of a secretive nature either. Evening and nightfall improves a great deal. Now, money planets and business planets are there. So meet with people who can help you in the business and money area. And be with people who you want to impress with your speech and your mind, which is a business mind. You will do many good things for yourself. You will impress people. You might even get business commitments, or you might get the chance of a better job. So think of the evening nightfall to improve the money side of your life. Some of these planets of the morning afternoon will come to disturb you, again, not making you on the same wavelength. So put away your ego, put away the emotional side of you. Think mentally, think business wise. Monday, the 7th of November. This is totally a bad day. 24 hours of it. Morning and afternoon accidents come to mind. Physical accidents, verbal accidents, emotional accidents, any kind of thing that can go wrong unexpectedly will go wrong. And if you are traveling, be careful that disappointments wait for you. Be careful that you're surrounded by enemies, by enemy planets, which means enemies. So whether at work, whether in business, whether having lunch with somebody, do not unveil all your personal ideas or your personal plans. People are listening that you cannot trust. And be careful that you yourself are going to be wanting to bond with the wrong people. So be very careful who you meet for lunch. Be very careful at work or in business, because bonding with the wrong people means you're going to go the wrong way with bad habits as well. Evening and nightfall, not much better. Now you're just not on the same wavelength as people. And that means that you can be the loser very easily. And so, how do you improve it? Well, try to be on the same wavelength by choosing the people who can be on the same wavelength as you. No point pleasing your enemies. Why? Move away from them and find people who are on the same wavelength. And then you will see your inventiveness will be appreciated and your marketing skills will be appreciated. So choosing company the whole day is very important. Tuesday, the 8th of November. This is a wonderful morning, afternoon. The planets of advice, the planets of goodness, the planets of long termness are all there. So you can map out a long term philosophy, a long term partnership, a long term bonding, whether work wise, business wise, pleasure wise, whether romance wise, whether family wise. Hour by hour, things get more and more solid for you, and the repair of anything that had gone wrong earlier will happen. Long term means a bonding. So you're going to bond beautifully with people that you want to be close with so that you can get benefits from. Evening and nightfall turns bad again. So different sets of planets are waiting for you in the evening nightfall. Well, since you've heard that from me, why bother going out at all? Stay home, lock the door, don't let these planets in. That's the way I think. I'm not going to go out in my bad day. Why even chance it? And so don't go out because accidents, physical, verbal, emotional, can happen at any time in the evening nightfall. And you won't be on the same wavelength with people anymore. And so don't go out and you will expose nothing to other people. You could be cheated, you could be let down where emotions are concerned, where physical side of you concerned and financial side of yours. So you're going to be in the company of people who you should not be in the company of. So don't test your luck. Wednesday, the 9th of November. Planets are very daring and their duty is to make you very daring so that you can be exposed to risk. There can be verbal risk of saying the wrong thing, physical risk, getting entangled physically and emotionally as well. So don't do anything that you find is beyond your control. That's rule number one. And stay away from people who provoke you because this anger must be provoked. And then your words you use will be not good. And don't do anything that exposes you, whether it's meeting somebody for a romance, whether it's doing talk about a business, whether it's talk about your office affairs. Just don't show that interest and don't show that wanting to get into something wrong. Keep to yourself would be better for the morning and afternoon. And mind your own business and take the soft approach. Use words which are soft, a tone of voice which is soft, a body language which is soft. That's the way you soften this planet. I like your evening nightfall very much. All the planets are long term planets and they are wonderful, passionate, and they make you very passionate to people who will want to side you and help you in every way in the evening nightfall. So dress well and go out. Go out with a purpose or go out with no purpose, never mind. You will still meet people and the bonding will take place and it'll be a wonderful bonding. The trouble is that one or two of these aggressive planets from the morning afternoon, they may visit you as well. So tame down the aggressive side. Use words which are soft, a tone of voice which is soft. And that's how you conquer everybody in the evening nightfall. Thursday, the 10th of November. Too much ego is around. Your head is swollen and you're being aggressively in a very arrogant way. So who would want to ever be with you? You're driving people away and you want to be the champion and be on your own and be in the limelight. That's all for the sake of ego. It's not a good ego, let me tell you, on this Thursday, 10th November morning afternoon. It's going to land you with all the blame coming on you. So being part of a team is much safer, whether at work, whether in business, whether in personal areas, because part of a team will help you to reformat your attitude and make you a nicer person so that people are willing to help you and support you. Evening and nightfall anger planets are there. So one side arrogance, one side anger. That's a recipe for not being very popular, isn't it? So don't want to show anger in the evening nightfall. And if you are afraid that you might, that people might provoke you or you might provoke people, then just don't go out at all. That would be the end of the matter. Have your blood boiling while you are in your own room. Nothing will happen. Talk to the walls, scold the walls. At least you will not get into trouble because accidents are easily got because exposure to the risk will be very high evening and night for financial risk, physical risk, emotional risk. Friday, the 11th of November, is a very moody, changeable, uncertain, with no plan kind of a morning afternoon. So you have to instill your energy there. Make a plan and stick to the plan and tell yourself on this Friday, 11th November, whatever I start, I must finish because there are planets of emotion that distract you. Who you're going to have lunch with, who you're going to have dinner with, that's all distraction. And that's the way you're going to make many mistakes. So control this emotional side and get the working side of you doing well, the logical side. And you will make your Friday, 11th November morning and afternoon more worthwhile. Otherwise, it'll all be like in a dream-like state with nothing certain. The evening and nightfall, here come the ego planets again, making you dominating this time, wanting to control this time. Is not going to work. Morning, afternoon, emotional nonsense. Evening, nightfall, arrogant nonsense. So it's not a good day in that way. It's all about your temperament. It can be settled because I'm telling you to be very open and be very negotiable and be very friendly in the evening nightfall. Don't be pushy, don't be demanding. Otherwise, you're going to be isolated and the evening nightfall will not go well for you. You will have nothing in hand. Saturday, the 12th of November. These planets of domination and control haven't left you. They follow you the whole night. And when you wake up, that's how you're going to feel dominating and stubborn and wanting to control. Refuse to do that. Have a good word with yourself and say morning and afternoon, wherever I am, whether at work, whether in business, whether at home, whether with friends. I'm going to be the most flexible and negotiable person on earth. And that will quieten these planets down. And then you'll get support from people, not the other way of imposing your will on people. So it's not very difficult. Evening, nightfall, emotional planets are there, making you uncertain, very moody, very changeable, and very stressed out, sometimes for no reason. So you're being very picky in the evening, nightfall. So choose your company carefully. Sometimes it's the company we can't get along that makes us behave that way, very uncertain, and that's why we tend to be bossy and dominating to cover up our uncertainty. That's what can happen in the evening nightfall of Saturday, the 12th November, or just don't go out at all. That's the way I look at life. Just go out, don't go out and you solve the problem. Be by yourself. This 90-minute session I have for you is going to be a very valuable 90-minute session. It will only cost you USD $50. It will be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and this magic that's on your palms. This magic belongs to the soul. Your lines are changing for better or for worse. New signs good, new signs bad, all happening. And all this happening because the map of your life is being changed to let you know what's waiting for you. This year, next year, this month, next month, today, tomorrow, all is happening. Who does it? It's the soul who does it. That's why we have a soul, to help us in our journey in life. And we get this magic normally in our old age, 50s, 60s, or 70s of ages, much too late. It's not given to younger people, but there's a way how to accelerate the energy. Even if you saw me as a teenager, I will show you how to accelerate that energy so that you become a very special person much, much, much quickly in your younger days. And your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. There's a host of energy to build things on. And if you like to play lotteries, I'll show you the system. I'm not going to give you the numbers. I'll show you the system of how to manipulate numbers. And that involves the energy of your soul and your third eye and your aura. All this magic must start early. Otherwise, on your own, you'll be very ordinary all your life. So here's my email. Send me this email. Let's get down to business. It only costs you USD $50. And you'll have your next 9 years that you know all about and all this magic that I'm talking about. In the meantime, I wish you a good week. Thank you. Goodbye.